Bromelain, I'm just gonna say it right in the beginning of this video, is a miracle supplement. This is one of the few supplements that I started taking that I wish I started taking earlier, and I gotta say the benefits are insane.
Oh, hi, Mark.
What's up, Freccero fam? Welcome back to my channel. I'd like to experience everything that life has to offer. As most of you know, I've reviewed so many supplements on this channel, some better than others, and a few really stick out to me. I cannot begin to tell you how many supplements I started taking and then stopped because I was like, But this one, Bromelain, is one that I really wish I started taking earlier, as it's pretty cheap, so it isn't that expensive compared to all the ones I've mentioned on this channel, and the benefits are absolutely insane. First off, what is bromelain? Bromelain is a type of enzyme called a proteolytic enzyme. It is found in pineapple juice and in the pineapple stem. Bromelain causes the body to make substances that fight pain and swelling. Bromelain also contains chemicals that seem to interfere with tumor cells and slow blood clotting. And in terms of the benefits, this is the big thing I'm going to talk about a lot in this video. You can see here that one, anti-inflammatory. It reduces pain and swelling from different conditions, and especially exercise-induced muscle soreness. It's a digestive aid, helps break down proteins, improving digestion and reducing symptoms like indigestion. Wound and burn healing. You can also apply it topically and promote healing. Next, sinusitis. May thin mucus, reduce phlegm, and shorten recovery from sinus infections. Another big one that I will talk about a lot in this video is the post-surgery recovery. Can help with pain and swelling after procedures like wisdom tooth extraction and a lot of other surgeries. And then lastly, anti-cancer potential. Early research suggests it might inhibit cancer cell growth, but more studies are needed. Basically, to sum it up in 2 seconds, by taking bromelain, it helps your body recover in many different ways. Look at it as a magical recovery supplement. Now, of course, I always have to say this. One, I'm not a doctor, and I never pretend to be one in any of my videos. And two, of course, this is not a magic bullet. It's not like you can go out, break a bone, take this, and it just heals immediately. But it's crazy that, let's say if I'm doing a brutal workout and I'm super sore and I take this, I'm way better off the next day. In addition, as most of my dedicated subscribers know, I unfortunately snapped my bicep, being more specific, a distal bicep tendon tear. And I gotta say, the recovery was brutal. And I took this. I took bromelain every day while recovering, and I gotta say, and I stand by this, I think if I didn't take bromelain, my recovery would have taken way longer and been way more agonizing if it wasn't for this supplement. So in any instance where you have to recover from a surgery, from, let's say, a hard workout, or whatever, bromelain is amazing for that. Now, in terms of how I take it, it is pretty straightforward. It's just one pill. This is the main supplement that I take. It's the Doctor's Best Bromelain. I want to stress, I have zero affiliation with the supplement. I buy it with my money. One pill equals 500 milligrams of bromelain. And in terms of the price, not bad. It is $27 for 90 pills, or basically $27 for a 3-month supply, so $9 a month. The best $9, trust me, the best $9 you could potentially spend. I mean, that's cheaper than a burrito now at Chipotle, right? Chipotle, for some reason, has gotten more expensive. I don't know why. But anyway, I'm telling you, this supplement, 100% worth the money. With all that being said, on paper, in terms of what it is, the benefits, how you take it, the nitty gritty, how did it affect me personally? What was my subjective experience taking it? Now, one thing I want to say with bromelain is not the kind of supplement that you take and you feel it, so to speak. Like if you take something like NMN, which I've done videos about, if of course you have a nice cup of coffee, you feel it. Bromelain isn't the kind of thing that you take and you feel it, but you just notice the benefits. And I gotta be honest too, which is kind of wild, you notice it almost right away. There are some supplements that when you take, like glucosamine and chondroitins, kind of like this, that over time you kind of notice it. But with bromelain, it is a kind of supplement that even when I first started taking it, within the first few days, I noticed that if I'd worked out, I'd recover way faster. I noticed, let's say, after I snapped my bicep, that when I started taking bromelain, I just felt myself recovering a lot more. Yes, you could argue, is it placebo or not? But hey, the way I look at it is I definitely recovered faster when taking this than when I didn't. In addition, I have noticed, because I have tested this, if I work out, and let's say I don't take bromelain that week, or let's say I don't even take it that day, it takes me longer to recover from a workout, and I'm more sore and everything, as opposed to, let's say, if I have bromelain after the workout. So the good thing about this is it's not the kind of supplement that you have to take for a long time to notice the benefits. There are supplements like that, like I mentioned. With this, you could start taking it immediately and notice the benefits. And to have one pill That's 500 milligrams. I just have it typically actually before I work out. You can have it pre or post. It doesn't really matter. For me personally, like having it as a pre-workout. That way it's almost in my body doing its thing, so to speak, before I train. One pill. And that's it. And bromelain, in an indirect way, has actually gotten a lot of attention from trends on TikTok. Out of all apps, TikTok, because there was a big trend years ago where people talked about if you have that big, let's say, metal jug of pineapple juice before taking your wisdom teeth out, you would recover way faster after getting your wisdom teeth out. And here's the thing, that actually does work. That is true, but it's not because of the pineapple juice per se, but the bromelain, what's actually in it. And I will say this, I love pineapple juice. Like one of my favorite mixed drinks is Caribou. Shout out to Tech9 making an entire song about it. But when it comes to pineapple juice, there is a lot of sugar in it. So let's say if you're watching this video and let's say you're about to get surgery, let's say being more specific, let's say you're getting your wisdom teeth out, as opposed to chugging a whole thing of it, just take a bunch of bromelain. Maybe have 1,000 milligrams of bromelain, for example. And after taking the bromelain supplement, you're gonna recover way faster. Again, whether it is getting your wisdom teeth out after, let's say, a hard workout, any surgery, or whatever the case is. And another thing I will say, and I gotta mention it, is if let's say I go out, and let's say I have a crazy night, I also notice that my hangovers are not as bad when I take bromelain. Again, it helps your body recover. You know, it's trying to recover, like say after a crazy night out. I have noticed this helps. Now, when it comes to bromelain, and I want to stress, again, I'm not a doctor and I never pretend to be one. One theory I do have about a supplement like this that really helps your body recover is I do wonder if this is good for longevity. This is just my personal opinion, so don't take this at face value, but I do feel like if I'm constantly helping my body recover just in general and constantly being ready to go repairing things and whatnot, I do feel like that does help a lot with longevity. One, I can work out harder, longer, better, faster, stronger, all the kind of things. Two, of course, like say if I do get surgery, or let's say something happens to my body as an injury. So I'm not just sore, but something happened. Bromelain can assist with that. But three, just general day-to-day living, we put our body through a lot of stress, both physically, but also especially mentally. And bromelain definitely helps with helping your body repair just in general. Not to mention, and this is a big one, that it does help a lot with digestion. I mean, I know I've talked a lot about in this video, the muscle soreness or recovering from a workout or surgery. That is really what bromelain is most known for, is recovery from, let's say, anything rigorous. Surgery, workout, whatever. But of course, you can't deny the aspects on digestion. Very, very important for digestion. And one thing I've come to learn the more I've studied supplements and health and fitness for years, I've started to get more and more into how important digestion is. In case you didn't know, and they've done a lot of studies on this, you know, when you eat healthy and you feel good, you're like, wow, I feel better. It's not just because you're eating healthy per se, but your gut health actually both affects your mental health, which then affects your gut health. There's been a lot of studies to show, which is very interesting, kind of the gut-mind connection. It is not just you feeling healthier, for example, because you're having healthy food, of course, but it's also because it actually affects how your brain processes certain things, and the gut-brain connection is real. So, of course, bromelain does help with that as well. Overall, though, gotta say, bromelain is a miracle supplement, and I'm just gonna say it directly, this is something I will never stop taking, because even if, like, say, I don't work out for a week, like say I'm just doing day-to-day tasks and living, it's still helping my body recover, repair itself. It's good for not only the recovery, but the digestive aspects as well, and so much more. And of course, like I said throughout this video, when I'm doing my grueling workouts, I recover faster, which means that, let's say if I'm doing some parkour, some acrobatics, I can jump back into it literally and figuratively a lot quicker. If, let's say, I do have something happen to my body where I get injured, like my distal bicep tendon tear, like say if I happen to get injured again, hopefully I don't, but like say if I happen to get injured again or something happens, I'm taking bromelain to help my body recover and be at its peak best at all times.